World Financial Group offers entrepreneurs from all backgrounds the opportunity to start their own business on a level playing field. Dr. Yana Woodhouse, receiving the WCM Wall Street Pioneer Award by the United Black Wall Street of America, Inc., is one of those entrepreneurs.
I see WFG and TFA as a place where African Americans with an entrepreneurial mindset can flourish. And the bonus, we help families and serve the communities across the country.
To learn more about us, go to worldfinancialgroup.com.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward-thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.
This is Kia Rogers, and you're listening to Urbanology with my dad, Tony Rogers, on WHCR 90.3 FM New York.
Good afternoon. Tony Rogers here, your host for Urbanology, the Art of War. And for those who are not familiar with the show, my birth name is William Anthony Rogers, but as an educator, I taught and wrote about Sun Tzu's Art of War for many years. Matter of fact, the strategic planning of the art of war is how Urbanology came about, which is a strategic planning firm that I have. We're on Soul City, and Soul City actually became a savior for the WHCR show, my show on WHCR, because when the pandemic came about and we could not get into City College or WHCR, we were able to keep the show going by doing Soul City. And by doing that, we were able to develop a way to create an even different market. So that's kind of like where you see WHCR streaming, and some of you, if you're watching this, you're not listening to WHCR on the radio, but we're on the radio also at exactly the same time as now. So just as an update for some of the new viewers, I have an interesting show. Well, I like to think of all of my shows being interesting, but today I have the pleasure of interviewing two people. I was hoping it would be another brother from Ghana. From Ghana, you know. I have adopted Ghana as my second home, and there's an event that's going to take place in July, and it's a real powerful event. And two of the people, one of the coordinators, Charles Fenwick, will be talking to us about that, as well as a movie producer from India who actually her movie will debut there, and there's going to be a sequel that she's going to do in Ghana. So, of course, I've invited her to our December 25th. I mean, not December 25th, but our December 2025 festival in Ghana. But we're going to talk a little bit about that. And if he comes on, and it's kind of hard, hopefully we'll have David Douglas to come on and talk, and he will be coming in from Ghana. So please welcome. I was royalty because I have Princess Rima Rapani, and I have King Charles Fenwick. So, how are you both doing?
Wonderful. Thank you.
So, couple of things. One, just so that people could know who you are, and actually, you're the first movie producer from India that I've ever had a chance to talk to, especially since I know she's a sister Ayurvedic practitioner. So I just need to get a little information from you as to how you find yourself here. You know, what brought you to here. And then, of course, we're going to talk to Charles, because Charles is the nucleus of all of this stuff. He's the one that got me here.
Yes, well, first of all, gratitude to everyone. My name is Rima Kapani. I'm a visionary, multi-award winning filmmaker, director, producer, and CEO of Echo Dreams Production, the company that I run. I have created inspirational movie, Believe It, Miracles Still Happen, which has screened at Regal Cinemas across DC, Maryland, Virginia, Baltimore, New York, New Jersey, and had a grand screening in Hollywood and in Bollywood. And now I'm working on the sequel, which is called Miracles 2.0. I also wear many hats like you. I'm a choreographer, a dancer, model, yoga, pranayam, healer, and anchor. My productions have been featured at places like Disney World, Disneyland, and the Department of Defense. And my music videos have been released on platforms like Z Music Company and B4U Music. So everything I do is rooted in my mission to uplift, inspire, and unite through the power of arts.
Wow. So we'll talk about the new design, not new, but the design project in May. We'll talk about that because now that I hear you, the divine order, Charles, has brought us together, to talk about this. So, Charles, you're the one that got me in all of this. So, tell the people who you are and what you're doing, and a little bit about this wonderful program you guys are doing in July.
But thank
In
you.
Ghana.
I'm Charles Naki Fenwick, a native of Washington, D.C., born and raised here.
Talk a little
I
louder so
box.
that we can hear you, Joe.
I box. Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah, you got one of those DJ voices. So
Donnie Simpson type dude, huh?
yeah.
Well, I'm Charles Naki Fenwick, born and raised. I'm a native of Washington, D.C. I was a former DC firefighter and EMT for almost 10 years. I've been in the music industry since I was 12.
Wow.
I started out on drums, and then I had a guitar. Then I ended up being a bass player. And from there, I left DC and went to California in '89. And I hooked up with the Motown family. And then particularly, I was working with the late Freddie Gorman, and his son Dylan Gorman. Freddie Gorman wrote the song "Wait a Minute, Mr. Postman" for Motown, for the Marmalettes.
Okay, got me.
And
You
also-
started getting me to start singing in a minute. I was getting the flashback.
Yeah, and there's another one with Freddie. The late Freddie Gorman also is the lead singer and the coordinator that organized what's the name of the group? Well, Marvin Gaye wrote for them, the originals. Baby, I'm for real. And the Bells, yeah. So I was working.
I fell in love with a number of times with Baby I'm for real.
Yes. So and then I had a pleasure of meeting the great Stevie Wonder, and I did a session with him, a music studio session with him.
He's in Ghana now too, he has a place. You just got his
Yes,
citizenship.
yes, yes, yes. I was trying to locate him. He's still touring. He started touring again, so it's
Yeah,
hard to catch up with him at the
yeah.
moment. But I'm trying to reach his publicist or his manager
Mm-hmm.
to see if he can come out to our event in Ghana in
Mm-hmm.
July 29th through August 9th.
Okay.
But yeah, but I'm a native DC. I lived in Hong Kong, China, Philippines almost 10 years. I was in the performing arts. I did movies, TV shows, jingles. It was a great experience being in Asia almost 10 years. And my youngest baby daughter, she was born in Hong Kong.
Okay. All
She's
right. Well,
24. Yeah.
so tell us how you find yourself now in Ghana, partnering with a brother who David Douglas, who's doing a lot of things in Ghana. And how did you guys connect? And then we have to go back to you, Rima, because I want to see how all of this kind of comes together with you using Ghana as a place for you to
Absolutely.
showcase your film.
Yes.
Well, tell us how you got to Ghana and develop this relationship, and then we're going to go to you, Rima.
Okay.
Charles.
Okay. Okay. Yes. The movie "Believe It, Miracles Still Happen," which Rima she wrote. Yeah. I believe in divineness and I believe in miracles
You
happen
do.
every day. Every
The
day.
conversation is
Uh,
part of that.
Absolutely. This whole platform that we are now is a miracle and it's divine for us to come together the way that we are. We thank the Almighty Creator for that. But I met brother, I call him Dr. David,
Mm-hmm.
through a friend of mine's that she left here less than a year ago. She left the United States and she went to Ghana and she met Dr. David in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
So she introduced me to him because I'm the CEO of the Fathership Connection, which is bridging the gap between the elders and youth.
Mm-hmm.
That's my nonprofit that I'm still in the process of developing.
Mm-hmm.
So and from that, we from day one, Dr. David and I, we've been talking for the last maybe 6 or 7 months. Haven't met. I haven't been to Ghana yet. I'm looking
You
forward to
haven't been to
going to
Ghana
Ghana.
yet?
I have not been to Ghana yet. In
Oh, okay.
spirit, in spirit, but not physically.
Well, you see, I can't talk because I've been working with Ghana for maybe about 6 years. The first time I went to Ghana was last November because they had the festival early. But when I went back though, because not long after that, so I've been here twice.
I'm honored. I'm honored to know you and honored to know David and Rima. This has been, I would say, a divine and all-purpose journey. My whole journey, living in Asia, still connected to the Motown family. I mean, I've met some tremendous, strong, influential people like yourselves, and I'm just excited, ready for another part of my journey in the motherland.
Hey,
Ghana, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Burkina Faso. I love to meet President Ibrahim.
uh-huh. Well, they're close to the north. That's why you got
Right.
to go to the north because actually they're a co-sponsor of our festival in December. When you see the
Wow.
flyer, they're on that.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
a lot of their delegation will be at the festival too. The Cultural Oneness Festival is a number of different African countries, along with trying to deal with the diaspora. The whole
Yes.
idea is countries are coming together and looking at the diaspora and saying, "This is the time." Especially now in America, we really, you know, have gone past the conversation. We have to go into the action now
Yes,
because
indeed.
we need another address.
Yes.
Rima,
Yes.
she could go to India because she has an
Go to
address
India.
there.
Right.
We
Right.
need to have some addresses in Africa so that if we have to
Absolutely.
leave, we got someplace to go.
To go. Yes. Yes. And that's something that you mentioned there because that's one of my concerns. Uh, us as a people, the length of time that we've been here and under the system that we've been under. I'm not a politician. I call it politics. I'm not in the politician, and I'm not into different religion. That's
But you can tell the
personal.
truth. The truth, it's as they say. Spike says, it's the truth, Roof. Ain't that nothing to
But
do with politics.
yeah,
Unless
that's
you want
right.
to make
That's
it
right.
that way.
Exactly. But that concerns me because if things really, we see things happening here in America, how far it's going to go. You know what I mean? And a lot other foreigners have other places they can go, like you said. But the masses of us, where can we go?
You know,
Canada?
no, because Canada don't want you there. But and not to get political and not to get off from what we're saying, but from I can remember where I couldn't go into the same bathroom or drink out of the same water fountain. So,
Yeah, yes, yes.
I'm 77, so it's not that long ago. And
That's
so when
right.
people say "Make America
Mm.
Great Again," I'm trying to figure out, for who. But
When was
the
it
bottom
great?
line, but the bottom line, though, is that I feel that I'm an African that was born in America, but that there's something I believe in innate in human nature. I think the
Mm.
average human uh, is maybe misled, but in their hearts are not
Mm.
evil. There's a certain type of sense of justice within their hearts. So I believe that all of this is just bringing out the negative. And sometimes to cure somebody, you gotta brain out the sickness and let it come out of you. The
That's
detox.
right.
That's
Sometimes
right.
that's painful.
That's right. Detoxing. That's
We're
right.
going through a detox.
Yes.
We're beginning to see all of the stuff that was disease-like that has been
Mm.
simmering for all of these years, and in order to truly get past it, you got to get it out. And I see what's happening now is what's beginning to come to at least a way of looking at it, just like we used to have our Black Lives Matter and we've been marching for a long time.
Mhm.
I
Now,
stopped
when you look at
years.
the marches now, they ain't us.
That's right. That's right.
you,
Very
you
diverse.
can sit
Very
back. You
diverse.
can sit back and say, "Go ahead and do that thing." All over the country. You look at the news, and it ain't us, because they finally realize, oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Yes, yes,
Because
yes. And
now they see what we've seen for a long time. So,
prophecies are being fulfilled.
hey,
Prophecies are being fulfilled. You can't get
Malcolm
around
got
it.
in trouble by saying chickens coming home to roost, but
Come to
chickens are coming
roost.
home not only to roost, but they're laying some eggs because they're bringing the diaspora together. Things are happening now that is kind of funny because I'm seeing when we talk about civil rights and we're seeing all of these things, we went through a lot of this and still go through it. It's interesting to see
Yes.
that whole white privilege thing going through it now. They're
Yeah.
realizing, that's what you mean about getting
Amazing.
fired. That's what you mean about getting snatched up and all of those things. That
What goes around comes around,
what
right?
goes around
The,
comes
the
around.
law, the law of God, the law of karma.
The
The
law of
But
karma is
karma.
real.
but I still believe we need to make sure that we have some home. Charles, Rima can go to
Facts.
India. We need to know that we can go to Africa. But
I'm
let's get
going with
back.
Rima. If I can't go to Africa, I'm going with Rima to India.
Well, I was just telling her. Why you think I told her that I was an Ayurvedic practitioner? We could talk a little bit about
Hey,
that.
Tony, our adopted sister Rima, we going with Sister Kapani, Princess.
We're going to Nollywood, Bollywood, and Hollywood. We're going. We're
yeah, yeah,
So
Africa,
yeah.
Mumbai, US. We're going to go all
so
places.
so you connected with Douglas and
With
what
David,
was
yes.
David and David Douglas. What
Yes, correct.
what was the focus and what made you come together with? And I was looking at you got so many people from all around the world.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, that's going to be at this conference, not to
That's
mention
right.
your premiere. How did you put all of this together? Tell us a little bit about that.
When I met David, he already had this in place.
Oh,
So that's
that's
why I said,
a turn.
believe it, miracles still happen. I mean, how divine is that?
Right.
And knowing that I was connected with Motown, I would say that when I know that Stevie has a home in Ghana, not about 10 minutes from where he is,
Okay.
where David is. So I told him that I know some people that know him.
Hmm.
And he said that'd be a beautiful thing if we're able to at least have him to come
Right.
and attend, and we give him a global leadership award.
Interesting.
So since that time, I've been trying to contact him, and sometimes the people that I know, they feel uncomfortable approaching celebrities, some
What we'll
celebrities.
do, again, we know some people, so this particular show, we'll start sending this around, and you can also send it to people and make it easier for them to understand what's going on and the connection of all of the stuff
Yes,
that's taking place.
yes.
So, tell us a little bit about what people are going to see in July. Uh, Rima was giving me a rundown, so both of you. But matter of fact, since the 29th is your debut, Rima, tell us about that.
Yeah, 29th is the premiere of Believe It, Miracles Still Happen in Accra at the Silver Bird Mall. So please do not miss it. It's at 3 p.m. The whole team from uh, here, DMV is going to, we're going to be arriving in Ghana on the 28th. Mama Ali, Dr. Khalila Camacho Ali, former wife of Muhammad Ali, is coming with us. So it's going to be a very interesting and an amazing event, an amazing premiere, and how the different energies are coming together. I'm attending the Ghana World Leaders Awards Gala. Actually, I'm a proud recipient of a global honor, a recognition of over 30 years of unwavering dedication to the arts. So my journey, it's has been more than just an entertainment. It's been a mission to uplift souls, bridge
Mhm.
cultures, bring healing through creative expression. And I've been humbled to receive numerous prestigious awards, including global recognition at the United Nations for the 30 plus years of service that I have done in the field of art. But this moment in Ghana is especially really meaningful. Not only I'll be performing at the gala, yes, I'm going to be doing a dance performance at the gala
Mhm.
and at the Vibrant Agriculture Agri Tour Festival. I am actually training with the local artists there. So we're preparing a magnificent performance for all the world leaders who are going to be traveling from all over the world to. We're going to be having a performance that showcases unity, that showcases love, that showcases peace, healing. So yeah, we're working very hard for that performance. So not only I'll be performing at the gala and at the Vibrant Agri Tour Festival, but we're also capturing key scenes of my upcoming film Miracles 2.0, which is a sequel to the movie Believe It, Miracles Still Happen, which is going to be screening in Ghana twice. Once
Mm.
on the 29th and again on August, I would say, I think it's August 5th or 6th. I would have to get back to you on
Mm.
that. So yeah, Miracles 2.0 will be filmed. Key scenes will be filmed right here in Ghana's breathtaking landscapes. Talking to King David Douglas, I have, and he's been sharing the landscapes and the beauty of Ghana. So it's I just can't wait.
But
And
you
this is
guys probably have not gone north. Guys have
no,
not gone
no,
to Tamale.
no, no,
And,
but that's okay. We start here. because this is part of my larger vision. Remember, don't forget, it's a
Oh yeah,
larger vision is to
because
unite Hollywood, Bollywood, and Nollywood through stories.
when you go to the
Yes.
north, it's a whole different, different.
Exactly. But that's okay. This is just the beginning. We're going to unite Hollywood, Bollywood, and Nollywood through storytelling that
Now,
transcends borders.
now I want
So
to see your film. Is you said it was in New York? It's no longer in New York, or
no, it's no longer. It,
are
it
you
was.
doing
It was.
anything like with the streaming, like Netflix or Hulu or any of those
Yes,
entities?
that's work in progress because my music video just released on B for You. We had a grand press conference right in the heart of Mumbai at Juhu Beach at the JW Marriott. So it was
Uh-huh.
really grand. The whole team arranged that, and now they're working on getting that on the OTT platform. But it's going to be there right there in Ghana, so you can't miss that.
Well, it's an interesting thing, and of course, we want to have you come to our festival in the north in December.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
is music. Matter of fact, maybe you can maybe do something there too.
Yeah,
We'll talk
we I
about
can
that.
we
We
can
be there.
You
we
know,
We
will,
will be
yes.
there.
We
but
will be there. I can prepare another performance more catering to your event, because guess what? I'm here to celebrate unity, to honor artistry, to shine a light on the power of miracles that happen when we come together with purpose and passion. So
well,
yes,
there are a couple of things. But before I go further, I don't want to forget because when you're talking like this, time just zooms by.
Yes, it does.
it
If
does.
someone wants to find out more information about your events that's going to take place actually from uh, July the 29th to August the 10th, how do they find out how do they find out about the conference? How do they find out if they want to travel there? Do you have packages?
Yeah.
What
All the packages and all the details are in the website. It's DDL Forum. Just
mhm,
visit www.ddlforum. So just visit
.com.
the website. All the details are there.
Mhm.
But myself, King Charles, King David Douglas, we're all just a phone call away, a message away. You can reach us, and yourself too,
And now
Tony.
I'm going to wrap you guys into the Harlem Tourism Board. You guys, once you become members of the Harlem Tourism Board, we'll start promoting and be your
Absolutely.
well,
Absolutely.
the Greater Harlem area. We're doing a conference in during Harlem Week, August the 14th, and one of the components of it is the Greater Harlem area. The population is over 600,000 people in in that area, and that is equivalent to Atlanta. That's equivalent to Miami. So in the Greater Harlem area, we have a city within the city, and that's our theme. That's what we're promoting as a city within the city. And one of the things that's happening too is uh, gave my connection from the north to Douglas. So many of the chiefs that are coming to your event, they were organized through our connection. So that is going to be, and you have some powerful chiefs that are going to be there representing. And I have another thing on May 20th. I think we talked about that. There's a design initiative that's happening in New York where 150,000 design artists or what have you will be coming through, and that may be an opportunity to promote the July event. And then it's Harlem Week, of course. I'm going to send you information about Harlem Week, and there's about a delegation of about 20 people from Ghana looking to get visas so that they could come to this event.
Come
So
here. Right.
it's good. You can I can't
Awesome.
even tell you about the headache.
Wow.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
So how are you now getting ready for this event? Are you still getting sponsors? Are you still getting entertainers or what have you? Or are you in that stage?
Yes.
If so, they should contact you through the website.
They can contact the website, and also they can contact Rima. And I'm gonna give my email address. My email address is Charles, CHARLEES,
Mm-hmm.
Fenn, F is in father, E is in Edwards, N is in Nancy,
Mm-hmm.
1960 at
Mm-hmm.
gmail.com.
Okay.
Charles Fenn 1960 at gmail.com. So they can either reach myself and Rima, you can give your information as well.
Yes. My email ID is Kapani Rima, KAPANIREEMA at gmail.com. And my phone number is, it's a US number, 70.
Well, you can. I mean, yeah. This
You
is
will
a
get a lot of
national.
phone calls. you go,
But I do it all the time. People.
yeah, yes, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, Rima. Sorry.
yeah,
Go
no,
ahead, go
that's
ahead.
okay. So kapanirima at gmail.com,
Mhm.
KAPANIREEMA at gmail.com. And the number is 703-675-9292.
And Rima, being a model and being, you know,
A professional dancer.
I
She
can see people
dances.
going out.
Uh,
Hey,
Yes,
I
yeah,
saw you on
she's
TV.
yes.
awesome.
You gave me
A,
your number.
a, a visionary storyteller who
you're,
brings dreams to life
you're
through
telling me,
film,
yeah, well,
music,
come in July.
theater.
We'll talk.
Come in
Yes,
July. We
yes.
tell you a lot of stories. We tell
So
you a lot of stories in July.
absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. A storyteller who brings dreams to life through film, music, dance, and live production. I just don't create
What's the
art, I
movie?
create movement.
What's the movie
Believe it,
about?
miracles still happen is the name of the movie.
Okay, but can you give us a little advanced or
It's a
what do you
still
call those trailer? What's the
movie about.
foundation of
The
yeah.
foundation of the movie is resilience, hope. It's about the protagonist used to be a very very wealthy individual, and
Mm-hmm.
his story from riches to rags. I'm sure you have heard a lot of story of rags to riches. This
Mm-hmm.
story is about riches to rags,
Mm-hmm.
and a story of hope, resilience, because my mission is very bold, very unwavering. I to ignite love, spread healing, inspire peace, and unite hearts through the transformative power of art. So that's what my movie is also about. It's about hope. It's about resilience. It's about how little family tragedies, little love, little bit of suspense. It's an entertaining movie. It's entertaining to the audience, but there is an inspiration. There is a message behind it too. So I'm building a legacy that empowers, uplifts, and awakens souls. So that's the entertainment I'm
And then you got a
focused on.
sequel. And so you're gonna be doing filming in Ghana. So
Part okay, so this Miracles 2.0 is going to bridge cultures. It's going to bring people together from different cultures. So the movie is going to be filmed, let's say some key scenes will be filmed in Ghana, some key scenes in Mumbai. The rest is going to be right here in the DMV in the United States of America, in the
okay.
US. Yes.
That sounds interesting.
That brings Hollywood, Bollywood, and Nollywood
Hollywood.
together.
And look, and Rima, maybe we need to go to New York and do something in New York with Tony.
Tony,
Yeah, Harlem Week.
Tony,
Yeah.
Harlem Week.
why don't you arrange like a talk to Regal, or just maybe I can talk to Regal and we can do a screening right there at Regal, New York.
Magic Johnson Theater, which
You
is
got
right.
it. Okay,
Yeah,
You
let's
know,
yeah, we can do something.
I'll
let's.
And
put you
also,
in contact with
and
some
before I
people.
forget,
Uh-huh.
no, excuse me for cutting you off, Tony. And
Uh,
before I forget, I do like to share with the viewers and you all that I have a song called "Spreading Our Wings." It's on all the musical platforms. You can go to YouTube,
uh-huh.
"Spreading Our Wings."
Our
I'm
wings.
yes, I'm the writer. And matter of fact, Rima, she want to put the song
I'm
on the
gonna make a
as a
music video and we're gonna
soundtrack.
put it in the movie. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Spreading our
"Spreading Our
wings.
Wings." Yes, Charles Naki.
Uh-huh.
The artist is Charles Naki. And a shout out to Sean Banks, who's a filmmaker, and music producer with
Uh-huh.
Def Jam, and
And
he's connected
Charles,
with me in the
how
family.
does Charles spell the last name? Naki?
Niquee,
Uh-huh.
Charles Nike,
Okay.
and Spreading Our Wings, and it's on
And
all the musical platforms.
so it's on Amazon and all of those things.
Amazon, yes,
Okay, well,
Spotify.
that sounds good. I mean, again, this is in divine order.
It's a
It's
beautiful
divine.
song, just
We
like
need
its
to
name.
we need to. I had to connect you with WACR, our radio show, so that we can play some of the music. We WACR is the voice of Harlem. It's not only Harlem's radio station, but based on the internet, it's in all over the place. Matter of fact, we were in Dubai, because we got
Wow.
DJs in Dubai. We was in Ibiza. As a matter of fact, I went to a trip with Ibiza. A lot of our DJs have residency in Ibiza.
Is that
So
right?
yeah, because when we talk about an international, the internet allowed for it to become international, and when people look at Harlem, there's so much music. We have on the radio station,
Unreal.
we have Latin, we have French, we
Yes,
have
yes,
American,
you
we have
name it.
sports, we have gospel, we have all of those things at wacr.org that you can hear
Mm,
any place that you go. So we'll try, give us some stuff. We'll work it out, where we can start playing it on WACR. Actually, maybe we could have an interview to talk about your song on WACR. We'll kind of work.
excellent, excellent. And with that being said, Tony, excuse me for cutting your wisdom. So, how can we assist you all with marketing what you all doing? Because, like you said, you are the
Yeah,
only
well,
African
there are a
American.
couple of things. I'm going to make sure that I send you both. I've started sending you, and I know Douglas have it. We're having a major event in Ghana in December.
Mhm.
Uh, However, there are some other things that we're doing that again we're having in August during Harlem Week. Harlem Week is a major component that when you look
Huge,
at it, you can
huge.
see some of the different types of things that happen. Harlemweek.com. But since now I'm just today there may be a whole delegation of all of the chiefs that are coming to your event. They want to come to Harlem Week, so we're trying to get visas so that they could come. To the Renaissance Hotel is a new hotel on 125th Street, the Renaissance Marriott. So we're trying to block off. I think it's 19 rooms, and we had to send
Wow.
to Ghana, because they have to try. Many of them have to get visas because the chiefs always have their entourage. And I was saying, you got to tell us how many people, So we're trying to make sure that they get visas to come up. But since they're coming up, Harlem Day is the 17th of August, and we were looking at maybe having some sort of pavilion, for Ghana, because there are a number of people coming up. One, to promote our event, but to talk about people like you, people like Doug, things that are happening as it relates to creating that diaspora. And one of the things,
Mm,
Rima, when we were talking about the design group, for
Mhm.
some reason I was saying that I'm talking to someone from Ghana on my show and someone from India, and they
Ah,
were saying India.
India,
We've
equities
been trying to
production.
get into India. We want
namaste, namaste.
Namaste,
so
namaste.
Tum
so
ha tum,
so
tum
they
hum
said send
tum.
me. I'm going to send them and that's for their March design stuff. So um, while we're here, since you mentioned that there's a person who's in design besides yourself that you might be able to bring to the event on the 20th, because that's going to be a major event that bring
Yes,
a lot of the
I do.
design
I
people
do
out.
have a fashion designer who's going to be gone to the Cannes Festival. She's going to be doing a fashion show there at the Cannes Festival. So I'm going to have a word with her. She's the she wants me to become more involved in her fashion because I'm a social media influencer as well. So she wants
Mhm.
me to promote her brand and maybe become a brand ambassador.
Mm.
So we're talking about that, and I can connect the two of you, and for your show also, Tony, for your events,
Yeah.
upcoming events. Since I'm a social media influencer, you can we can create some nice content and promote it, and I can totally help
Well, I'm going to put you
myself and
directly in
King
contact.
Charles. We're in this together.
Well, there's a young lady, Angel uh, Etoty, Etoty. She helps me, and I'm going to make sure that she's in contact because she'll help with the March event. And if you guys are interested in doing something for Harlem Week, that is there. Actually, Harlem Week is having, they call it's, this new COVID had a lot of bad things, but there's a yin and yang and everything. Now everything is virtual. I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah,
what
yeah,
Zoom
yeah.
was
Amazing.
before COVID. Zoom was like a cartoon. You know how you see the people that say
That's
Zoom
right.
and they will go across the screen? That was my relationship to Zoom. But now everybody is doing Zoom talks. I can even do my show. I told you I do my show on. I tape it, pre-record my radio show Monday evenings, and I don't have to, as long as I can, sit down and talk. I don't have to dress up. I don't have to go to the studio. I don't
Right,
have
right.
to do any of those
So
things.
convenient. So convenient. And Tony, may I ask you now with the new admin here, how does that affect in terms of you getting visas for the people in Ghana? Is it a
Well,
little different now or?
it actually, once they get the visa from Ghana, that's what they really
Oh,
have.
okay.
That's why we had to develop a letter from the hotel indicating that we are um, we are going to host this group and from the hotel and so that they can help them with their visa. What what I what I will tell them, this is, I was saying, this is not the way it used to be. So the people who come don't think that they can stay outside of what we're talking about because
They better not. They better not.
the way things are going now, you may be in El Salvador.
Yeah, stay in close proximity.
Matter of
Yes.
fact, I'm telling people now, there's a new license that you can fly domestic, your car license. I said, boy, whenever you go on a plane, have your passport.
Always. Always. Yes, indeed.
Because that's how the young man, I think,
I
who was
know. I
in one
heard.
of the prisons, he had a tattoo and they
Yeah.
thought he was a gang member. And the next thing you
Right.
know,
Right.
he's in jail in El Salvador.
El
So
Salvador.
had
And they
nothing
talking
to
about
do, had
sending
nothing
more.
to do, and I'm not homophobic, but he was truly not a gang member. You could
Right.
tell. He was a soft, gentle kind of a guy. Just had a tattoo.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
had no business being in the prison. Not at
Right.
all. So you have to be careful, and that's now. I don't know what's going to happen. Each
In the
day there's a
future. Yeah.
new,
Yes.
but things are, as I said before, I always like to look at things from a positive standpoint. And
Definitely.
and what I'm saying, what I feel is that this is just, we're going through a cleansing.
Yes,
Every
indeed.
so
I
often,
agree.
no matter how good you are, every so often you have to detox.
Detox.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
You
absolutely,
know,
absolutely.
Even
and
the earth itself detoxes.
and
Hmm.
detox.
Earthquakes, hurricanes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and sometimes detox is painful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. It
Birth
is.
of something new is painful as a mother.
It comes in. That's right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I that's how I look at what's going on,
Hmm.
I
because
like that.
And one of the reasons why you can see it, as I said before, they're not covering. I mean, CNN does it a little bit. In what is it, NBC or whatever those channels,
Yeah.
streaming channels, they're showing these crowds,
Right.
and these crowds are not black and brown.
No, they're not. No,
You
they're
know?
not.
And so it's one of those things where, and we were talking about this offline, is that stuff that we're kind of used to. Now other
They're
people
not
are
used to it. They're
experiencing it.
not used to it.
You know,
Yeah.
even when you
Yeah.
talk about DEI was like a code word for black and
Yeah.
brown people. But the
Yeah.
people who
Yeah.
get the most benefit from DEI are white women.
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
they're the ones that get all of the. And when we talk about the jobs, if you look at all of those real high-powered government jobs,
Right.
look who's
Right.
coming out the door. Us, we can't get to those jobs.
Hey, you can't run. You can't run away from facts and truth.
You know?
This the season. Hey, this the season of exposure. Everything is being exposed.
And I'm
And like
not talking
sister,
about politics. I'm just talking about what I see
in
coming out the
general,
door.
yes, 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 yes.
They may be Republicans, independents, or Democrats, but they don't have a job.
It's tough. It's tough. Yeah. And like Sister Rima said, Princess Rima said, we here to bring order. We here to bring balance. We're here to bring unity,
And this
peace,
is the time.
and it's gonna take us to do it. It's gonna take us to do it.
When COVID came, that's when the holistic wellness movement was able to grow tremendously. Matter of fact,
Yes.
before COVID, I used to have a wellness week, a Harlem Wellness Week, and and there was some groups around, but I went to an event last year, and there's so many wellness groups in Manhattan now because it created a situation where people began to say, look, there must be another way here. And
Yes,
that conversation wasn't there. So when these things happen, I have this spiritual feeling that things happen in order to prepare us for the next
move. That's right. The next dimension, whatever. Yes, I agree.
And
I
sometimes,
totally agree.
Just like I try to, a long time ago, I would explain this to my daughter, and I would say, reason why sometimes there's a lot of conflict is that if you have a bottle of juice and you just let it sit there, all of the good stuff goes to the bottom.
Yeah.
And in order to get the flavor of the juice, you got to shake it up.
Shake it. That's right. Shake it up. The cream comes to the top.
You got to shake it up, to get the flavor back. And I think that's right. What happened, in America. People.
Yes. Shaking up.
They had to get shook up.
Yes, absolutely.
It started with Black Lives Matter, but then again, that didn't get a lot of coverage because it was Black Lives Matter, So what else is it is? But now,
yes, and must I say, I am a mentee of the late Dick Gregory for 20 years. I was under this man teaching and guidance for 20 beautiful years. Incredible. We could talk about that at another time.
Because there was a lot of, that's how I really, when I started going into wellness, I had a young lady, she's not alive now, but she was very close to Dick Gregory. And that's when we were talking about how holistic health could begin to be an answer to some of the things that, especially for people of color, that may be an alternative. And that was a long time. Well, that was some time ago. But as we talk about this, Dick Gregory was a powerful brother.
He was the most powerful man that I knew personally.
And I'm a little older than you. Even when he was doing his comedy, it was so real,
Yeah,
So there are very few
incredible.
people, the Richard Pryors and those
Richard
people
Pryor,
who
that's right. Bill Cosby, that's right.
to allow for humor to express certain types of issues from a form of humor,
Oh,
which is like putting a chaser in your scotch. It doesn't taste as bad if you if you got a
you're chasing
chaser in it. So if I'm talking about you and I'm making funny, you can even though it's the truth, you might not like it. You got to
Yeah,
laugh.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
funny.
That's right. That's right.
You
That's
know?
right. That's right.
But
This is beautiful. This is
tell
so
us
beautiful.
again before we have a couple of. I want to make sure that people know. Besides the 29th, we were talking. You guys, you going to Cape Coast, and that Cape Coast is where many of the slaves were shipped out. And if you go to Senegal, it's Gari Island, and Cape
Mhm.
Coast is the castle where many of the slaves were transported uh, from Ghana. So I know that
Gone.
you're going to do that trip, and the Kwame Nkrumah museum. I'm sure that you guys we're going to do that also, but and the Kwame Nkrumah museum is very interesting because it kind of the CIA tried to assassinate Kwame Nkrumah a number of
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
and but he was close to Khrushchev and Kennedy. Which is probably why he was another threat. He was close to both
Right.
of them. But he had a saying, it's on the wall when you go there, is that he says, I'm not African because I was born in Africa. I'm African because African was born in me.
One
Ah,
me. That's right.
And
Yeah.
that was always a great.
interesting.
So I know that you guys are going there. And you're going to one of the things that the North do not have is they don't have those beautiful beaches that they have in Accra. So I know that
And
you're
a
going to
crowd.
a beach party, having a beach party. That's they have some beautiful, beautiful
We go to
beaches.
party every night, every day. We go party from daytime to the nighttime. Huh, Rima?
Even
We go party
exactly, even the
like
party.
it's 1999.
I
There,
mean,
there, there,
they have
there's a,
some.
there is an important scene in the movie where is the party setting. So there we go. Even in the
Yeah,
shooting, they're
yeah.
partying.
Yes,
They have
yes.
some serious partying in Ghana in the beaches. So actually, it's funny because when I started taking people to Senegal, there were the colonizer was real good. I was saying, you got to bring your
Mm,
bathing suit and all of that. They say they got beat. They got. I said yes. Some
beautiful beaches.
actually they're doing a documentary about surfing starting in Senegal.
Wow,
Actually,
really?
I have pictures of 10 and 12-year old with surfboards because they have
Wow.
they start surfing at
In
least 12,
Senegal.
in Senegal.
Mm,
And if they had the money, they would compete in California, and they could go
right,
around
right,
and doing
right,
that
right.
because they surfing is a part of their whole thing. And I have pictures. I'm on the beach with these kids, and they're like um, 10, 11. Surfboards are bigger than them.
And they
Interesting,
surfing.
interesting, interesting.
Because I
Amazing.
was on the beach and I saw these kids. I said, "Where you going with these boards?" I said, "Because I knew you wasn't going in the water. Because I wasn't even going in the water because the waves were kind of high." And they said, "Because I
Wow.
barely swim." And I saw them go out. And you think California and Malibu and Hawaii? I mean, they got all of that going on in Africa,
Mm,
and a lot of people don't
yeah.
know that.
Right, right, right. That's why we, the trio, we love brother Dr. David. He couldn't make it, but we are the Trinity. We are the triology. It's meant
Yes,
for us to be here,
yes,
utilizing this platform, and this is power right here.
And
This
and
is
and 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 as Matt indicated, we have to be able. The reason why I'm into newspaper, radio, and TV because some people don't read, but they use their phones. Some people will look at TV and streaming, but we have to create our own narrative. You know,
definitely.
for too long it was his story instead
That's
of
right. Our
our
story.
story.
That's right.
You
Absolutely.
got it. You got it. Very
and
well
we
said. Very
and
well
we
said.
have to make sure that, and that's why they're trying to get rid of, of the books.
Yes. Yeah.
How anyway, I
Take
don't want
history, take Black history out, and
I
that's
get
why
too
I
mixed up.
love, and that's why I love Rima so much. Because what color is love? What color is love?
Color is
Hey,
What color
love.
is peace? But we know exactly,
but you know
being
what
the
they can
skin that
also
we
put
are
a
in.
control is money too, but that's another story. But you are exactly
Yeah.
right. That's what when people asked me about raising. I was Mr. Mom for a long period of time. And so when I would go to school, I was older than many of the parents for my second daughter, who's now 22. But when I was taking her to school, and they would say, well, she's so well. What do you do? How do you? I said, the most important thing that you can do is give your child love, because once they get out there, the only thing you can hammer into them and make them do this or make them do that, but once they get out that door, the only
Yeah.
thing that you have that will be in their minds, if they come up under a sense of not
And
only
that
loving.
and that just goes for the whole world. It's just that smile. It's just that small word of
And
compassion. A
medicine.
little
Yeah.
that goes such a long way. Or just a simple hug. Just one
And
drop
it's
in the
That's right.
ocean.
contagious.
If you can
That's right.
contribute to make this world a better place,
And it's
it
contagious.
can
You know what I like
sometimes
to
it
It's
can
do?
be just that
contagious.
smile. It can be just that hug. It can
I
be
like to
Yeah.
go
just
on the
that.
subway and start smiling. And after a while, it's funny. So other
They
people
think you.
For
smiling
They
me,
think.
back.
for me,
Or
it's
they'll
called the
move and give me
magic
a
hug.
seat because
It's
they think
called the
I'm
magic
crazy.
smile. Yes, because
But, you know,
that's where miracles happen. That's exactly how that if
Yes.
you like you said, smile is contagious. Just give that
It's
smile and get
contagious.
that
That's
smile
but
back.
right.
No matter
also
how stressed that person is, they will smile back to you and they'll be like,
from a
"Wow,
holistic standpoint, and I
yes,
learned this
yes, yes."
in Korea in the mountains, if you smile, even if you're upset, if you
Mm.
smile, it has a chemistry that opens up within your body and it allows for you to feel better. So when
Yes.
you're doing
Mm.
meditation, you should always smile. Matter of fact, when I was studying Kendo, the Miyamoto Masashi, he never lost a battle. And one of the things he would say is that when I thought that I was almost losing, I would smile, and that would give
Stop
me
smiling.
strength. And the other people would think I'm crazy,
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
but
Yes. Indeed.
smiling relaxes you. It calms you
Amazing.
down. Whenever you feel
Amazing.
nervous, if you smile, it will calm you down. But it makes you healthy. There was a study. A person said, go every day into the bathroom when you get up, smile and this smile at yourself. And do that a number of times, and it makes you feel better for the whole day. But anyway,
Mm.
I was, you could tell I was a philosophy major. I have a degree in philosophy. So sometimes, I can go on and on when I get excited because I can feel the energy. And,
Yes.
when
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
the
Indeed.
energy, it
Energy and
allows me
synergy.
to
Absolutely.
feel
Very
that
true.
once you understand your purpose, once you understand,
Yes.
whatever is happening now is because this is where all my experiences allowed me to be here at this particular point and feel the energy that I'm feeling now. It's gratifying. It makes you humble. It makes you
Mhm.
have a lot
That's
of
right.
gratitude because
That's right.
for us to be here is
Give
not a
thanks.
coincidence. And talking with what we're
Not
talking
at
about,
all.
and I'm sure our
Not at all.
ancestors have other things in mind. We probably think they're the things that we're talking about, but I'm sure that there's probably a whole host of other things that will allow for us to come together uh, based on this conversation. So
We love to do it again with. We love to do this again. I don't know what
we,
happened to Brother David, but I love to do this again with you
well,
on
I
another
mean,
topic.
as I said before, we're kind of locked in now. You got to be
It's
careful
good.
what you
Good.
look for because I will be leaning on you guys for help too. But I just want to try to find a way able to see your movie. Now
Yes.
you got me curious, so I
Yes.
have to try to
New
find.
York. New
We have
York. We're gonna
we
make it happen. Let's
yeah we
talk
have
more and
Yeah.
let's make
New
it
York.
happen.
That's
we
Yeah.
right.
have to
That's
work
right.
out something to do that and of course I'm not sure, based on the work that I'm doing here in New York, this year I might not be able to get there in July, even though, oh my goodness, you make it sound so tempting. But
You gotta come.
You,
Drop every life goes on. This you gotta make time for this. This is
I,
special. This is
you know,
epic. History
I
is gonna be created. World leaders are coming
you see,
together. You
when I
gotta be
was
there.
young like you guys, I could, do all of that stuff.
Age,
But I have to
age
start
is just a
understanding how to
number.
pace
No, no,
myself.
no, no. I won't take that. Age is just a number. You're
I
as old as you feel inside. So
and
keep that
that's
heart,
the point.
keep the child inside you
that's
alive.
right.
Keep it alive.
I truly believe that. Matter of fact, I think that's one of the secrets because sometimes I say to myself, "Damn, I'm kind of old to be doing all of this stuff," but
That's
nevertheless,
incredible.
No, no, no,
it's
That's
no.
all
incredible. Yeah.
it's
It's
all
never too late to start anything.
What number is
We're never
success?
too old.
huh?
What age is success? What age is
Hey,
success?
hey,
Success come at
listen,
different ages.
hey,
To
at this
wake up is we were successful. To wake
Hey,
up.
that's the way I look at it. When people say,
Yep.
"How you doing?" I say, "I got up this morning, so I'm doing well." You know,
Yeah.
and and
Yes.
and, and,
Yes.
and I love and appreciate time today because no one telling what's going to happen tomorrow. So don't spend too much time worrying about what's happening next week. Make sure that you spend some time giving gratification about your time at the moment. Uh, at the moment now, be in the
At the
now,
moment. Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
we'll work.
The present.
But thank you both for sharing some
Thank you so
time.
much.
I love
Thank you
this
so much.
energy. I can feel you guys through the TV, so
Same
I'm sure
here.
other people will be able to feel you, and that's the
Yes,
whole point of this.
that's the
I'm
whole
going to
Till we
say,
point.
meet, till we meet and shake hands. Till we meet and shake hands
Gratitude. Thank
and
you
hug
so
each other.
much. And to
Yes.
be
Thank you.
continued. And we look forward to meeting you soon.
well,
Yes.
I look
Absolutely.
forward to it. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got
Yes,
something in
Yes.
May
yes,
that's
yes.
coming up. We
A
have
lot of
something
stuff to talk about
in,
and a lot of stuff to do. Make this world, even if it's
August
a
and
drop
in
in the
July.
ocean, let's make this world a better place with our contribution.
That's
Gratitude.
right.
God bless. Thank you.
And thank you, Charles, so much for
Oh, pleasure
kind of being
mine.
the
Honor.
orchestrate of this. And I gotta again spreading our wings.
Wings. Yes.
Spreading
And
our
On
wings.
all
Exactly.
platforms. If
okay,
Spreading
they
our
don't want to,
wings
if
and
they don't
bringing
want to pay,
miracles,
that's
making
right.
miracles happen.
Make a
Yes.
miracle. And if they don't want to pay for it, just go to YouTube and listen to it. Let it minister to your spirit.
well, I pay for iTunes all the time, so I might as well just take advantage of it.
Wonderful.
But thank you again, and thank you, Soul City, for
Thank
providing
you.
a platform so that we can have
Tell
these.
Matt. Yeah, we thank Matt.
Thank
you
you.
know,
God
Behind
and
the
bless.
at
scenes, the
some
man
point,
behind the
Thank you,
scenes.
Matt.
when you get budgets, Matt, have camera will travel, so he could, he could do, filming any place. We were in Senegal and all of that. So as we start talking about the future, we can start looking at how we put all of these things together. So again, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. Let Douglas know that his spirit was with us at any rate.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's
Absolutely.
and
right.
and we'll
Absolutely.
be getting in contact with you soon, especially as it relates to some of the upcoming events. So
Absolutely.
again,
Excellent.
Charles, Rima, I
Thank you,
appreciate
Tony.
you. Take care.
Thank you,
You
Tony.
too.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much. Take
Princess
good care.
Raymond.
God bless. Take care.
Take
God
Gratitude.
care.
bless.
Bye.
Bye bye.
And that kind of wraps up what we're doing today. What is happening is that we're getting close to summer, Harlem Week and all of those types of things are on the table. So stay tuned to WACR, Soul City, Harlem Community News, and many of the other vehicles so that you can be updated as to the things that we're dealing with. The African, and many of you may not know that there's a Harlem African burial ground. We're going to have some interviews about that site in Harlem. So again, there's so much stuff that's coming up. We want you to all be aware of it. And through Soul City, we're able to have the platform to do that. So, oh, one last thing. I'm sorry. I have to. April is the fundraising time for WACR 90.3 FM. Uh, one throughout the year we have April because we're a public radio event. So if you like this show, if you like WACR 90.3 FM or WACR.org, and if you haven't gone to WACR.org or WACR 90.3 FM, do that. Whatever your taste is, we have it for you. It's the voice of Harlem, but you can go to WACR.org and please make a donation. Really for Urbanology, say you like the Urbanology show, but you can make a donation to help us bring information to you. So we can only do this in April. So for the next two shows, I've got to do my pitch to make sure that people understand that WACR is truly the voice of Harlem. It's international. It's the only radio station that if there's a catastrophe in Upper Manhattan, we have walkie-talkies. Our station is always online. Thanks to Matt, we were online even through COVID with this show, and it's a way to communicate. Many of our DJs from the Dominican Republic were able to communicate about the tragedy that just took place through our stations and getting information to families and all of that. So WACR.org, please help us out in April. $500, whatever you can afford will be helpful to us. So WACR.org. So again, thank you for today, and we'll see you. And for those who are Christians, happy Easter. Take care. Bye.
This is Kia Rogers, and you're listening to Urbanology with my dad, Tony Rogers, on WHCR 90.3 FM New York.